There we go, everybody. How was that nice little song to finish off on? Well, we hope the Easter Bilbies were prolific in their doling out of gifts and plying us all with the appropriate health food chocolate. So let's get into this and have a bit of a look around. We've got a bit of time tonight, but I really wanted to break down the news that we got from Harald, and I think we need to stay a little bit focused on the sort of things that he's talking about, because it's going to rapidly change our outlook on life. And understanding what he's talking about is a key component of how we build this business. So this is our special Easter edition. We thought it was a good idea to have one because everyone's going to be at home. And very little travelling went on over the weekend. So let's just make sure that we stay a little bit sane and we can manage to build this business from home, because we can do it online. So here's our Brains Trust, the usual crew. Some of them are in and out of jail, like Mr. Duck. He got out of jail the other day and went to the shop and bought some hot cross buns. Tonight we're sponsored by BJS Urban and Equine Fencing Solutions. Mr. Saravalli down there in Adelaide, just at the mouth of the famous Barossa Valley. And I can tell you that driving up that valley and sampling a few wines is an experience you need to have. And Easy Shopping Cards. Yes, good old Easy Shopping Cards, been on board with us for a very long time and now offering gold back. Before we get into that, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're affiliates. This is our opinion. We do not represent the company Karatpay International, whose systems we choose to use and promote. So, Easy Shopping Cards. I went into Woolies the other day and managed to purchase some of the things that I was looking for and accrued some gold in my account. So when you're buying Easter Bilbies, although they didn't have any, you can get gold for the chocolate that you buy. How cool is that? But you have to make sure that you have your affiliate member ID put in the system there in your Easy Shopping Cards account. That's your Karatpay wallet ID, because that's the ID number Cassie will use to transfer the gold to your account. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand that. And if you have any difficulty with that, send us an email to derek@goldrocks.me and we will get someone to contact you and talk you through how to get that number out and into Easy Shopping Cards. So, ladies and gentlemen, isn't this amazing? Last week, over 10.7 million applications for unemployment were filed in the US. 10.7 million. That is a big number. And if you understand anything about what's going on in the world today, in the Great Depression, they had 15 million unemployed, which was 25% of their population. And it was horrendous. And the predictions of what's coming now towards the US with the coronavirus, 32 to 35% unemployment. Now, that is going to change the roadmap for a whole lot of people that live there. And if you don't believe this is coming, just open your eyes. This is incomprehensible in the size of the impact that has happened in the world since the Heineken flu was announced. And to the point that I know Singapore Airlines are flying most of their jets into Australia and mothballing them in Alice Springs. It's a very dry environment. The aircraft tend not to deteriorate there. You just need to get your head around what that means. I read a headline today that the Australian government is in talks with Qantas and Virgin to keep some domestic flights going. Virgin announced today they were closing all domestic travel, only keeping one flight per day between Sydney and Melbourne. So we'll see what happens there. So welcome to 2020, you tinfoil hat aficionados. Because prior to this, anybody that talked about this sort of a disaster was deemed to be a nutcase, and that we were all wearing the process of keeping our tinfoil hats on so no one could tell what we were thinking about. Greg Wilson saying that the USA is on target to lose 15% of their population. That's a staggering number, Greg. So every single week, the economic news gets worse and continues to do so. It is not going to go away. This is something that we are all going to have to deal with. But don't panic, Jonesy, because we got gold, baby. This platform came to our attention at the right time for those of us that are here. If you can remember what was going on back in the 70s, I believe the Dad's Army show was on TV, and Lance Corporal Jones was always the guy that would flip out into a panic-stricken frenzy, and people would be saying, "Don't panic, Jonesy." This is the kind of situation we find ourselves in today. There is an amazing amount of negative information hitting us from everywhere and every direction. But we're already in a space that gives us security. We are already in a space that will give us the ability to sustain ourselves through this. And we're going to make sure that we all have that access. So all the predictions are turning out to be accurate. If you are trying to buy gold in America now, or in fact anywhere, there is a premium to be paid for buying actual gold. And it's up to 90% with some brokers, the ones that still have gold. You can just expect it to be not a pleasant experience if you're trying to buy gold. So most of these brokers are shutting their doors, not taking any more orders. I read a newspaper article on Saturday from a group in Europe, and they have effectively just shut their doors. They can't deal with it. It's all too hard. Let's just shut the door. But Karatpay is still supplying. Now, I know there's lots of talk, and we talk about it ourselves, about the price of gold going up, the price of gold going down. And we talk about it as if it was a viable living thing, when in fact what we discovered some time ago is that gold stays steady. Its purchasing power stays consistent. So whether what we talk about on a daily basis is the price of gold going up or down, we're actually talking about the buying capacity of the fiat currency that we're using. We're not really talking about the price of gold going up or down. We're talking about the fiat currency you hold in your pocket fluctuating in purchasing value. And you can see right there on that graph that that has happened every single time with every single fiat currency. You just need to understand that we are inside of the gold envelope that protects us quite substantially from all of these fluctuations. So this is what the gold price looked like today, and I suspect that the -3% today is because it's a holiday in most of the Western world. So there'll be no buying and selling going on in reality. It will only be on the fringes of the world that you would find actual trading happening. But have a look at the 1 year return, 34.92%. So what that tells me is that the fiat currency that I hold today has lost 35 roughly % of its purchasing power so far in the last year. Now, if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will, because according to commentators, this hasn't even started yet. Now, this next slide I'm going to put up, I can tell you I found very confronting. I've now listened to this guy be interviewed 3 times on the same topic, and he has a theory on that supports what he talks about. Pierre Lassonde, he is chairman of the Franco-Nevada Corporation, and he is predicting that gold will hit $20,000 per ounce US dollars within 2 to 5 years. And when you listen to his theory about why that will happen, it's quite interesting to see his maths. He has found a number of times in history where the price of gold has matched the Dow Jones Industrial Average in America. So when the Dow hit 4,000, the price of gold was 4,000, for example. And Simon's just saying that Jim Rickards has a similar view. Yes, he does. That's a scary number, $20,000 an ounce for gold. Now, when we joined this business and started buying gold back in May or June last year, from memory, it was about $75 per gram. $20,000 an ounce. Someone do that calculation and tell me what that comes out to per gram. Divide 20,000 by 31. That's astounding. That's almost unbelievable. But these guys actually have the story behind their predictions, which leads me to believe they just actually might be true. They might be correct. Jim Rickards, very blunt when you listen to him talking about that. $645 per gram. There you go. 645.12. That's a long way from 75 bucks. And along the way, I've accrued a considerable amount of free gold. Not nearly as much as Ms. McCloskey, who's commenting there. She has accrued a substantial amount of free gold through this business. So, ladies and gentlemen, just understand we are in an absolute place of comfort and strength where we sit tonight on this call. It's just amazing to see where this is all going. We don't seem to really need to exert ourselves to find other reasons why we should be paying attention, because it's happening right in front of our eyes. So as Greg's pointed out there, 1740 US dollars per ounce today, give or take a few, up to $20,000. How amazing is that? That's a fairly massive increase in purchasing power. Brent's saying he bought his first gram for 41 euros over a year ago. That's why we're in this business. I see people on the call tonight who need this business as a way to sustain their lifestyle, given what's happened with the Heineken flu. It has impacted all of us in a serious way. Let's just remember to stay calm. We're in the right place. We've got the ability to convert everything that we do on a day-to-day basis into a gold-backed system. We are removing ourselves from the debt economy. And yes, Brent, we all need this business, but not everyone will do it. Even people that are going to be hurting even worse. They just simply will not even look at it. I've heard some of the responses are astounding. I've heard people say, I couldn't possibly do that now because I've just lost my job. Well, I'm sorry. What was that saying Clint Eastwood used in a movie? You look at people sometimes and wonder, how do they fit so much stupid in one head? This is the way we all have access to an outcome. We have access to a process we can use to get ourselves out of the debt economy. And I can only encourage you all to grab it with both hands, run with it. It's been a life-changing event for us. It's staggering the impact it's had on our lives. So, okay, let's talk a little bit more about what's going on with the money that we carry around, the money that I used to carry around. So in the last 20 years, gold has approximately increased in purchasing power by 10% a year. So in 2000, 31 grams was $450. That's pretty good. And yes, Greg, we do need to take it to the next level and take the gloves off. So in 2020, that's now $2,500, and your cash lost 54.28% of its purchasing power. Now, you show me anybody that can look at those numbers and think that's okay and not be on drugs of some kind. That's staggering. So let's get to the main event. Let's get to what I wanted to talk about tonight. This is an opportune time to go through it. So on the 9th of April this year, Brian McGinty published a recording of Harald Seiz at an online review. So I'm going to play it through. There's some little thought bubbles in it. And then we're going to come back and talk about the segments that I've marked. So have a listen to this. It's a key announcement.
Hello, everybody. Here's Harald Seiz from at home. Okay, we did it in small units. Okay, you earn money and the people get his gold. Because this is very difficult to find a way to give the people to make money. And then I have a big idea. And this idea, I will give you some information. Okay, if we start, or when we start, our new universe in Karatpay, yeah, this system, the independent system for the whole world, the people, they has Unival on his account has a big advantage. They people, they has KBC, they has a big advantage. Okay, I tell you why. I create something new in the crypto world, in the blockchain world. And I let you know, if we create the new universe on the blockchain, because you have the universe in your back office, okay, it's already there. Because the creator from the new universe, okay, what he have to do? He must buy, that's it. Okay, the creator from the new universe get from us a special thing, and you have advantage for it your lifelong, and that's true because we're programming at the moment. Okay, let me talk about. We have the new creating universe, the new creating universe. Okay, you buy for it, and we have the universe. There will be on the blockchain. And running on the blockchain, the one people buy, one people sell, one people buy, like in US Tether, okay? This is the coin, they are there. Because for the new creator, or if you buy new, you get from us a special thing. And this special thing is that you get from the 0.1 gram transaction fee a part of this immediately for the transaction fee. If you own coin that you buy new, makes a transaction, doesn't matter is in your wallet or in the other wallet, it's in Afghanistan, in China, it's something else. Doesn't matter. You get for your coin a transaction fee from 0.02% from every transaction lifelong. Yes, you listen to me and you hear it, it's lifelong. And this will give you the excitement to buy the new coins and give it on the market, buy the new coins and give it in the market. And your universe, what you have already in your account, you move it to the blockchain, and this is also the new coin. And I think you will be very excited in the next few months what coming out with this. And we go back to our KBC coin. Our KBC coin, I tell you, we will be successful in the next 2 years, in the next 1.5 years. And what I tell you will be, we have a lot of bad things on the KBC, and nobody can destroy us. Nobody has destroyed us. Nobody in the past. They did everything to destroy our KBC. And now, it is still on the market. It is still on the market, and we will growing up with the KBC together with our new Karatpay system. And this works in this way. First, I give you a rate that you can change your KBC in the new universe, first. And second, we use the KBC for all the transaction fee. What do you think about if we counted 5 billion from the market, we transfer in the new universe, and we give them the transaction fee? What do you mean? What is happened with the KBC? They will be growing up because not we knows the KBC. The whole world knows the KBC because this is a part from our project with the universe on the blockchain. And if you understand this, if you have a little bit money, you buy KBC because you will be successful with the KBC. And I promise every people, I found a way to be successful. Doesn't matter. You know, the crypto market was not regulated in the beginning. Okay, we started. We created a company, and we create the company. This is necessary for use this coin.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a whole lot of information in that little snip from his speech. So before I start with the steps, is there anyone that wants to ask a question? If you just put your hand up, Mr. McCloskey can unmute you. As we go along, if you put your hand up or unmute and ask a question. So when we started, he was talking about gold in small increments. And that's the mission of Karatpay. That's what he set out to do. And I think he's done a really good job of that. Yep, we've had delays in freight and all that sort of stuff. But every time we order the gold, we eventually get it. In the second one, he was talking about the new univals going into Karatpay. Now, there was a whole lot of us that joined this business with the understanding that we would be able to exchange our coins into bonus univals at a fixed rate, and as time went on, that rate would improve. Well, it appears to me that he's achieving the same outcome, but doing it a different way. Instead of us swapping into bonus univals and then working out how we're going to deal with the bonus univals, he's letting us swap the coins into the new univals on the blockchain and spend it directly from there. Stephen, probably will get somebody to do a Zoom call with you, because that's what he's just announced is not written down anywhere. This is a brand new announcement, but we can certainly do a meeting with you to make sure that you get up to speed as quick as possible. So creating new univals, and for those of you that are new and aren't very familiar with this, UNV stands for universal value. Universal value. That's what UNV stands for. So it's simply a way to digitally transact gold and ensure that the person I send, whatever it is I send to them, actually gets the gold. For example, I see Bob Bennett on the call tonight. If I was going to buy one of Bob's blocks of land in his developments, and I said to him, Bob, I'm going to pay you in gold, but we're at the opposite end of the world, so I send him the univals, Bob needs to know that those univals are actual real gold. And the only way they can do that is to have it on the blockchain so they can track every transaction. So it's a really very good idea that they've got an understanding of how to ensure that we can, in fact, digitally send gold to people. And they're moving the gold that supports all this into an independent bank that is independently audited every month, and those audit results are published. So we'll be able to keep track of the fact that all of that gold is in fact in place to back up this process. So you can create new univals. If you've got cash gold in your wallets now, you can create new univals with those univals. You transfer them into the new platform in Karatpay, and it will instantly give you the ability to purchase things with that gold that you've just sent there. So you can also buy the new univals with KBC or existing univals. I'm figuring they're going to let us do it with bonus univals as well. And before Mr. Seravalli asked me, I don't have an answer yet on the vault. I know there's been a couple of people ask about what's the impact of the vault system. I don't have an answer yet. I don't think it's going to impact the vault system. I don't know how we will do it. I'm figuring on that new blockchain there'll be an option to put coins in the vault. That's as much as I have at the moment and as much as I've gleaned out of it. So in number 5, he's talking about US something, and it took me a very long time, played it over and over again to work out what he's saying is USD Tether. And that's there's a little snip there from our Karatbit exchange platform where you can see that USD Tether is in our system. USD Tether is a process that links the coins to the Tether coins are actually tied to the US dollar. So one coin equals $1. And yes, Greg, that is another video that you and Brent can sit down and do, how this all comes together. So he also talked about the transactions having a 0.1 gram fee. So in the previous video that he released, he was talking about the cash gold being, down to 0.1 grams, and there was a whole lot of jinglish around it which nobody could understand what he said. And I think this was what he was trying to talk about. They're going to split that fee with the owners of the coins, and as we buy new coins in the system, and put them in the system, we will own those coins forever, which is an interesting concept. And those coins, every single time they're used, will attract a 0.02% transaction fee for the owners. That's very cool. So I have an understanding of the multiplication power of small snippets of money, and it's very, very powerful. What it's going to do is encourage us all to use this system because we will get paid. And there will be a fixed exchange rate from KBC to the new Unival, which is what we've been waiting for all the way along. Now, please make sure that you understand I don't know what that fixed exchange rate is at this point. We have plenty of company documents and statements where they talk about this year there will be an exchange rate that will be better than 100 coins per gram, but they have not spelt out from the company what that will be. Rumour has it it'll be 75 to 1, but that is the rumour at the moment. But it will be sorted in June, as he has repeatedly said in this video, which makes me a very happy camper because he's going to deliver everything that we've wanted for quite some time. Anybody got any questions?
So, Derek.
Mr. Brent.
Mate, just that number 7, that excites me, and hopefully we're not confusing some of the new people, and you're happy to do a three-way with you guys at a later stage. But I'm reading that as that every new coin that you purchase, 0.02% transaction fees are on that coin for life. Right?
That's what he said. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of how I read it, isn't it?
Yep.
So we now know that you can buy these KBC coins with cash gold, yeah?
Yes, correct.
So if we use the system correct and we just teach others how to do the same, can you believe what sort of monetary turnaround this could be for all the members? This could be staggering.
It is. It's because it's a transaction fee. It's not a one-off income.
Are you thinking it's just on new coins that you purchase? That's how I read it.
Yes, that's what he said repeatedly in the video, that it's on new coins that you purchase.
Yeah.
So if we purchase coins, we own those coins for life as they're used in the system. These new coins are going to be the settlement system in Karatpay.
Yeah, that's how I read it.
So they're not going to be the coins in Karatbit where we can buy, sell, trade. My understanding is they're only used in Karatpay as the settlement process.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's how I read it, mate. I just wanted to make that clear. I just think we're all going to want to be able to purchase. And there is an 8-week turnaround in Karatbit too from when you put your cash gold in. So that's why everyone should be buying cash gold weekly, at least. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Thanks for that.
That's all right. Yes, while I believe that the existing Univals will continue, because that's just a measure of gold, that those Univals will still exist, but you can then trade them into new Univals on the blockchain to create coins. And yes, Brad, it does mean that as they're used for transactions on the blockchain, you get that fee. So I tried to sit quietly this afternoon and get my head around the tracking of that. And I bogged down at about the 3rd level because I don't understand yet well enough how the blockchain does that. But if you can imagine, if I pay someone $155.50, the next person that collects that $155.50 might want to pay 2 bills of $75. Well, now you're starting to, lose track of the original coin as they're dismembered and used in the system. But clearly, he is describing a process where every time those coins are transacted, and understand the difference. If I buy new coins with Univals or KBC, whenever that's used, I get the 0.02% transaction fee. But if I sell a laptop to Mr. Duck when next time his laptop dies, and he pays me in those coins, they're not coins that I bought. They're coins that I received in a settlement transaction. So isn't that an interesting concept? Val saying if you own the coin for life and then it gets used, does it operate as a loan with interest? I think that's what you're asking, Val. So the coins, okay, the coins will have your brand on them, the coins that you own, and every time they're used in a transaction, you will receive the transaction fee. So you could call it some sort of an interest payment, but it's actually just a transaction fee on every single transaction that coin is used in for life. It continues on. Going through the payment system all over the place. So it'd be a bit like having a pocket full of 50-cent coins that you stamp out, and every time somebody uses one of those coins, you would get paid a royalty fee. And yes, Malcolm, that's a great explanation. It's similar to a royalty on the coins. And I think it's an amazing idea. Technically, I've got no idea how they're going to do that, but I'm hoping that that's a function of the blockchain, because it's incredibly difficult when you start to split up these coins and take them out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 transactions. You're going to be using bits and pieces of coins owned by people from all over the world. And Brent's saying buy as much coin as you can and do it with cash gold. So you can do it any way you like as long as you end up with the KBC. If you've got cash gold, you can buy coins on the new blockchain. KBC spiked up recently and is now back down to roughly where I thought it would be. So everybody that can is buying a few coins every now and then. Do we do it now? Or do we do what now, Jenny? I'm figuring, do you mean do we buy more coins or cash gold? Is that what you're asking? Buy coins. Yes, we earn cash gold when we sell multi-gold packs. We can, in fact, do that, Mr. Brent. Buy coins. You can't buy the new coins yet. You can buy KBC and you can buy cash gold, or you can accrue cash gold. I got a very, very nice payment onto my MasterCard a few days ago when they settled out all of the e-points that I had accrued, and we've got a bunch more coming as well. So just make sure that everybody understands you can do this and set yourself up now. Start to build a business. He mentioned in his presentation about poor country governments coming on board. Yes, he did say about some of the smaller poor countries coming on board with this payment system. He has, I know, had talks with a number of countries over the years, mostly in Africa. So Greg's saying each coin under the blockchain has a unique ID number. That's how it tracks. Yes, understand that, Greg. Okay, I think we've answered all of those. Okay, don't see any more questions coming. That's a very exciting revelation on how that is coming together. Very happy to be in this position at the moment. So notice on their new presentation, it talks about with gold and blockchain to freedom and security. An interesting roadmap. So what's next? If you're brand new, you need to set up a free Karatbars account. You can do it as a customer or an affiliate. It's free either way. If you're a customer, you're going to pay a high price or the full price for your gold. If you're an affiliate, you can buy it at multiple different prices for different jobs. You can open up other income streams. There are a lot more products available, and you can trade the gold and the crypto. And this all goes along with the wealth principles. The very first thing you do is pay yourself first, get a gram of gold a month, every month. Don't let it slip by. Ladies and gentlemen, get a gram of gold a month. Get it into your accounts. Establish a residual income. That's what Karatbars does for us. It is a great system. Waking up the other day and finding a wad of euros on my MasterCard from the points that I'd accrued, that was very cool. Limit your tax exposure. Make sure that you understand the implications of owning your own business and giving yourself tax advantages. And you will stay ahead of inflation if you're in this business. Get out of the debt economy, get into the gold system. So if you want access to more income streams, you need to get started with a multi-pack. They start, the usable ones start at about 180 euro and go up to 4,900 euros. There is a 75 euro option. I've never quite really understood why they did that. It doesn't make any sense to me that I would go down that road. The Las Vegas incentive is still going until the 15th. You've got another couple of days. Make sure, if you've got people you're getting across the line, do it in the next couple of days. You will accrue points in these packs. They convert to money, real spendable money. So make sure you hit that road and get it done as quickly as possible. Now, I did want to do a little bit of an update on the marketing program that we've started in just a week or so ago. It has really done well. There are a few teething problems, but remember, you must have a Gold Rocks affiliate link before you start this. Go to goldrocks.me, register as an affiliate, and then the links will all work through for you. I know we've still got some issues from the US end of getting the links on the posts to work properly. We're working on that. We expect to have that done in the next couple of days. So when you're asked about the alias, this is your Karatbars username. That's the alias that you put in. Make sure it's your Karatbars username. And by the way, we've now got new members in Australia and the US from this marketing program. So that's really, really exciting that it has already worked. Okay, we've only had a couple so far. It's only been going for a week. So just understand it's going to take a little time, but you will get interest from this marketing program. So due to the Heineken flu, we will not have a monthly gathering this weekend. We will do a Zoom call. So if you are intending to come along, join people, bring them to the event, it will be an open platform as it always is. We will send out an email probably on Wednesday. Oh, that is tomorrow. No, that's Tuesday tomorrow. That'd be Wednesday. Isn't it interesting when they give you a 4-day weekend, how you lose track of even what day it is? So yes, Miss Janet, that means you can join in. It will be an open platform. We will have a great time doing it. There's a number of things we want to talk through with people, some of the issues around where we're going with the marketing, some of the issues around building the business, where we see it going, and we'll have some further updates on that by Sunday. So, ladies and gentlemen, if there's no more questions, is there any more questions that people want to ask? Well, do we have our meeting again at 1 on Wednesday? At 1 p.m. on Wednesday. For Jenny's team, we'll have to ask Ms. Loveday if she's doing that, mate. Greg Wilson, can we create a second referral link to send, please, to the Gold Rock site? Yes, indeed, we can. We can do all of that stuff, Greg, because we own most of the parts along the way. The affiliate name on the marketing can be changed if you are building several memberships. Yes, you can do that. I know at your end, Brad, you've got 3 with you and D and your business. So we will be able to manage that at our end. We can change that. So yes, that's a great question. As per last week, yes. Thanks, Brent. Thanks, Wal. Thanks, Roger. Thank you, Mr. Saravalli. Thank you, everybody, for coming along tonight. We tossed up about whether we would have one on Easter Monday, but at the end of the day, we're all in lockdown. I don't think anybody's gone anywhere. I went down to Woolies and used a gift card and accrued some cash gold. So that was the extent of my Easter weekend. So please keep safe out there, everybody. Please make sure that you get yourselves into a much safer and stronger financial position after hearing these webinars. If you're new, get back in touch with the person who brought you onto the webinar and make sure that they get you the information you need so you understand more of what we're talking about. So thanks, everybody. Very exciting times ahead. Thanks, Kate. Have a great night. Keep safe. I know you're in a teaching position, Kate, but I hope they're giving you the tools to do it from arm's length. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will see you on the golden beaches of the world when we're out of lockdown. Have a great evening.